The untold truth about The Last Dance, what they were covering up about Michael Jordan. Before we start, I want you to hit that red sub button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. What's up guys, welcome back to the NBA Orb. There is no doubt that Chicago Bulls legend Michael Jordan is one of the greatest players of all time. As a matter of fact, more than a few would argue that he is the very best. However, there may be a few things that the general public are not aware of when it comes to all things Michael Jordan. In this video, we represent interesting facts that perhaps only the most avid MJ supporters are familiar with, which The Last Dance was covering up. The tongue. There are a few things more iconic than Jordan's famed tongue wag. Anyone who saw Michael play knew that this was part of his game, but perhaps not everyone knows where this came from. As it turns out, this is something Jordan inherited from his own father. As a kid, Jordan watched his father stick out his tongue while he fixed things around the house, and as fate would have it, MJ himself started doing it, be it intentionally or subconsciously while playing.
Something around the house, I find myself really concentrate.
Magic Jordan. Despite being pitted as rivals on the court, Jordan himself admitted that he considered Los Angeles Lakers great Magic Johnson to be his childhood idol. So much so that he actually bore the nickname Magic Johnson growing up. Jordan spoke about this in depth in the 1992 issue of Playboy. "I liked him when I was in high school," Jordan said. "They all used to call me Magic Jordan. My first car had a license plate with Magic Jordan on it. It was a 1976 Grand Prix. There was a little bit of envy because of the way I came into the league. Magic came in with even more flair and even more success, and he should have been bigger than I was in terms of endorsements and business opportunities, but he wasn't marketed that way, and I was fortunate to have good people, so there was some envy. During my third year, he invited me out to play the summer's charity game. We ironed out our differences in private in the locker room, and we began a relationship." Number 12. Michael Jordan used the number 23 shirt pretty much throughout his entire career. He wore the number 45 for a brief time upon making his first return to the NBA, but reverted back to his iconic number 23 soon after. However, what not all people know is that he actually also wore the number 12 during his career. In 1990, Jordan's jersey was stolen in the locker room just hours prior to their matchup against the Orlando Magic. Despite their efforts to try and do something about it, the team were left with no choice but to have Jordan suit up in a nameless number 12 jersey that the equipment manager kept for such emergencies. For the record, the Bulls lost that game against Orlando and Jordan never wore that number again. The retirement conspiracy. Michael Jordan shocked the basketball world when he retired in 1993 for the first time. He was 30 at the prime of his career and was coming off 3 straight NBA titles. The story went that he had already achieved what he had set out to do in the NBA and that he wanted to try his hand in baseball. We all knew how that turned out. However, there's a lingering conspiracy theory that Jordan's retirement was not of his own free will. According to some reports, he was pushed to retirement or secret one-season suspension because of his incessant and damaging gambling habit. The league commissioner, David Stern, allegedly banned Jordan from playing in one season because of his violations of the league's policies on gambling. Whether or not this is true is an altogether different story though. 1990 3-point shootout contest. In his illustrious career, Jordan averaged 0.5 triples per game on a 33.2% clip. Shooting from distance was obviously not one of his strong suits, it's not like he needed it, but for some reason the 14-time All-Star was invited to the 3-point shootout contest in 1990, and for reasons also unknown, Jordan obliged. This resulted in one of the worst performances in 3-point shootout history. The great Michael Jordan scored an embarrassing 5 points in what was something he almost certainly regretted. Surely this was one of the worst moments in Jordan's Hall of Fame career, and unfortunately for him, the internet never forgets.
Great performance here earlier today for some school kids. It was on fire at that time. It seems to still be on it right now. 28 seconds remaining. Well, Jordan has really struggled in the first 2 rounds.
Curious case of Michael Jordan's fluctuating liquor glass. One of the more interesting portions of the last Sunday's premiere of The Last Dance, a documentary about the 1997-98 Chicago Bulls, wasn't the never-before-seen footage of Michael Jordan cursing at his teammates in practice. It was a reminder of Jordan's basketball supremacy through a montage of classic highlights many remember watching in real time. More fascinating than both of those things was the state of Michael Jordan's glass that sat next to the Hall of Famer during his one-on-one interviews. Jordan's glass became one of the most active characters in the first 2 episodes of the 10-part ESPN docuseries. Every time a shot of Jordan would appear on screen, it seemed as though the level of beverage was in a different position each time. Director Jason Hahir explained the fluctuating of liquid in the glasses on ESPN's The Dan Labard Show with the Stugotz, calling it a result of splitting some of the Hall of Famers' replies in 2 shots. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you never miss any of our new videos in the future. Also, watch these videos on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them too. With that, I'll see you in the next video.